What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and WAN stuff. I got an Arsenal inventory update to do for you guys. Vinyl this time. And this is going to be my first collection update video of the new year. And what better way to get the ball rolling with collection videos than by talking about some very evil black and death metal releases. I have 3 2017 releases, and I also have 3 releases that are very representative of US black metal. And the first record I'm going to show you is what I consider to be my favorite EP release of last year. Now, I know that everybody was going crazy over releases from bands such as Black Magic SS or Rope Sect, to be specific. Those are some really great EPs from last year. But one EP in particular won me over more than anything, and I'm really excited and curious to see what kind of future is going to be forthcoming for a band like this. This is Antichrist Siege Machine with Morbid Triumph. Yeah. 2017 release through Stygian Black Hand, and Antichrist Siege Machine are a 2-piece band based out of New York, and they play this very raw, primal, ugly sort of hybrid of black and death metal. I would say that if you're into stuff like maybe, say, Revenge or Conqueror, any of that Ross Bay cult-esque sort of style of metal, I would get some of those vibes from a band like Antichrist Siege Machine, and they bring absolute toughness to their music. They put out a really good demo in 2016, and this EP is just a continuation of this band's sound. I mean, it's wild to know that only 2 people are behind a project like this. Love the fact that they incorporate harsh noise and power electronics in certain intros and parts of their songs, but the actual music itself is just rough and tough. Killer riffs all the way throughout. Songs like Vacant Cross, Suffer No More, Pillaging Christendom, absolutely killer closing track. I see great things on the horizon for this band, and I want to see what happens next with Antichrist Siege Machine. So anyway, here's the front cover. Love this badass artwork done here. Back cover, track listing and credits. There you have band photos and band members. Crucifix Penetrator, Hellsaw Inquisitor. Very badass. I like that a lot. Yeah, as you can see, credits, Stygian Black Hand, and it's limited to 300 copies, and they all come on a standard black vinyl. I'm pretty sure Stygian Black Hand still has copies of this available, so if you happen to come across this, definitely go ahead and get at it. I got mine on sale while there was a holiday sale going on, so I definitely capitalized and got it directly from the label. So yeah, Morbid Triumph by Antichrist Siege Machine through Stygian Black Hand. This is an absolutely scorching hot EP. Fucking love it. Next up, we have another 2017 release, and this is a split from 2 very killer occult bands. This is the split between Nigra Magia and Hellfire Death Cult. Yeah. This is a co-release between Demon Seed Records and Morbid Metal Records. Of course, shout out to my friend Kookie from Morbid Metal out of Houston, Texas. But anyways, when I heard about this split happening, I was really excited because these are 2 very awesome bands that have very intriguing sort of sounds and ties to them. Nigra Magia, of course, being based out of Arizona, and Hellfire Death Cult based out of Illinois. Both kindred spirits in a way, but they both play very differing sounds of extreme music. Nigra Magia, from they pretty much have 5 to 6 songs apiece here on this split, and there's 2 different covers. Nigra Magia does a Black Witchery cover of the song Unholy Vengeance of War, and Hellfire Death Cult does a Archgoat cover, Blessed Volva. Absolutely badass covers, but let me tell you about each band side of the split. My favorite side, of course, being Nigra Magia, however you want to pronounce it. These new songs, they're not really new, they've been worked on for quite a while, but they're unleashed on this split, and they are absolutely insane. I love the way they sound, I love the drums, I love the franticness in the vocals, the guitar riffs. I mean, songs like Darkeners of the Light, Unchained Power of the Usurper, really sensational. Really sensational songs. I love these a lot. And Hellfire Death Cult side is pretty badass too. I love their music. Pretty much straight to the point black and death metal. I mean, they recently did the tour with Valkyria and Archgoat, and they will be playing Destroying Texas Fest this year, if I'm not mistaken, so it'll be cool to see them again. Yeah, really good songs from them on their side of the split. Vomit on the Putrid Remnants of Christ, Desecrating the Temple of the Gods. Very, very killer stuff. It's what you would normally expect out of raw black death metal, but Hellfire Death Cult do it quite well. So anyway, here's the front cover. Love this artwork piece. Nice matte finish on the jacket. And there's a really weird saying on the spine of the jacket. There's a little seam split here, but it's nothing too serious. But it says something in the lines of Zazas, Zazas, Nasantanda Zazas, Zephyr e Abyssus. Might have unleashed a witch by chanting that, but yeah, it's on the spine of the jacket. But here's the back cover, band logos, track listings, record label logos. Comes with a printed sheet featuring all the band members for each respective band, and credits and thanks. That's Nigra Magia on this side, Hellfire Death Cult on this side. Same thing with the credits. I also happened to get a copy with a, seeing as how Demon Seed put this record out, I believe 100 copies came with this patch. This woven patch of the artwork. It's a very beautifully done patch. Love the quality on this thing. And I believe it's 500 copies overall, and they all come on a standard black vinyl. There you see side Nigra Magia, side Hellfire Death Cult. Very high-end quality on this record. The sound quality is very good, and very commendable job done here for this particular split. So yeah, if you happen to have heard either of these bands' respective pieces of music, it is absolutely awesome to listen to. So yeah, the split between Nigra Magia and Hellfire Death Cult, go check it out and listen to it. It's worth it. Next up, we have another 2017 release, and we end up back here on home turf territory for some Texas black metal. This is Sardonic Witchery with King of the Midnight Legions. Yeah. This is a 2017 release through Underground Longhorns Records, and I believe this is a vinyl version put out through Sound of White Noise Records, rescued from Life Records. And yeah, Sardonic Witchery is just so much fun. It is primarily it's a one-person project based out of Dallas, Fort Worth, and it's of course King Demogorgon. When it comes to making the full lengths, he pretty much plays and does everything. He does the guitar, bass, drums, and vocals. But when it comes to playing live, he does vocals, but he has people helping him out playing the live stuff, and he is quite a sensational character to see when watching Sardonic Witchery live. But yeah, I was a big fan of his first album, Cult of the Underground Warrior. Very awesome album, lots of great crazy riffs, awesome vocals, great blasting and drumming. I absolutely love this guy's passion and intensity. And here on this new album, it's no different. You're going to get a lot of really killer songs, a lot of which are done in the Spanish native language, because there's some Lusitanian black metal influences going on in here. But overall, it's a very entertaining album all the way through and through. Same sort of routine, great vocals, great riffs, great bass work, and awesome drumming. This guy is a killer drummer. That's probably my favorite aspect of a Sardonic Witchery release, is his drum style. It's really awesome to listen to, and hearing it on tracks like Welcome to My Kingdom, Guerrero Inferno, War is Fucking Lust, absolutely amazing stuff. So yeah, very badass album from Sardonic Witchery. So anyway, here's the front cover. Very, very gorgeous artwork going on here. Uncoated stock on this, by the way. Back cover, track listing and credits. There you see Mr. King Demogorgon himself. Comes with a one sheet. There you see King Demogorgon himself, looking all badass. All instruments and vocals. Lyrics for most of the songs. Some songs are done in a native language, and there are a couple of tracks, and the rest are all in English. Very intriguing lyric stuff. Don't know the vinyl limitation on this, but I believe they all come on standard black vinyl. Side A, side B. Missed out an opportunity to see him live last year, but I was able to acquire this and the CD locally through Hogwild Records here in San Antonio. But yeah, I'm very happy to have this something from this band on vinyl. But yeah, let's check out Sardonic Witchery, King of the Midnight Legions. Absolutely entertaining US black metal from Texas. Fuck yeah. Keeping on with the black metal stuff, we're going to get on to some heavy hitters from some very well-known and well-appreciated projects within US black metal. And this next record I'm going to show you is something I was extremely excited about. My good friend Josh from Appalachian Noise Records had been making some sort of progress in the way of acquiring the rights to put out a Zaster release. Now, of course, we all know Zaster, Malefic, very well-known and well-regarded artist within US black metal. Of course, he doesn't do the black metal thing much nowadays, but he had some absolutely incredible material put out throughout the years. And once I found out what this particular project that was going to be released was, I was excited for it. I was real happy for it, and to see it come to life and to finally have it in my hands is absolutely awesome. This is Zaster with Sigils Made of Flesh and Trees. Yeah. What Sigils Made of Flesh and Trees is the demo version of Zaster's second full-length album entitled The Funeral of Being. And pretty much what you get right here is a demo version of that album. All the songs in their raw, unedited, unmastered sort of format. And I think this is a very, very genius piece of music to be released by Zaster, regardless of whether you enjoyed the original version of The Funeral of Being or the raw version of this. I think it's absolutely awesome, and I really love the fact that something like this got released, and the fact that there was a very intriguing way that everything went about going for this to be released was pretty awesome. Pretty much a way to guarantee that this wouldn't end up in the hands of people who buy more than one copy of an album, or buy it to sell it for higher prices on eBay or Discogs. It ran pretty successful, and I believe this is near to the point of being sold out. It's insane that this got distributed and sold the way that it did. But yeah, this is definitely for anybody that's into Zaster, the older stuff specifically. But yeah, here's the front cover. Love this artwork here. Old Zaster logo, by the way. There's the back cover. There you see Malefic himself, and I'm going to read off the little thing that's on the back of this jacket. Before there was The Funeral of Being, there was Sigils Made of Flesh and Trees. One of Zaster's classic albums here for the first time in its original form, pulled directly from the original CDR and left completely intact. No remixing, no remastering, it's not perfect, it's not supposed to be. Very well written, and it's limited to 300 copies, and mine is number 87 out of 300. And they all come on a standard black vinyl, and I love the center labelings on here. This handwriting is how Malefic wrote it on the CDR, which is very, very badass. Not the AB stuff, but this stuff right here. Very good quality. Sound is great. You get a raw Zaster record with this album. You don't get anything clean or over the top cleanliness here with this album. And it's really, really awesome. So yeah, if you happen to be one of the people to get a hold of this Zaster record, it is just awesome to listen to. So go check out Sigils Made of Flesh and Trees. Yeah, Sigils Made of Flesh and Trees by Zaster. Speaking of early beginnings and whatever, this next record I was extremely happy that Nuclear War Now decided to put this out again, because I had been missing this particular record collection from this band, considering I have all their other full lengths on CD and vinyl. This is Inquisition with Anxious Death, Forever Under. Yeah. What this compilation basically is the band's debut EP and demo from 1990 and 1993 respectively, because before we got the Inquisition that we know now of today, for them playing very elaborate sounding black metal, they had a raw, primal thrash sort of sound. And with the Anxious Death EP and Forever Under demo, you got some really, really good instances of what this band used to sound like, and it sounded really wonderful, because originally Inquisition was based out of Colombia, and it was just Dagon and one other person doing the drums, and this was long before Incubus joined the band to be the drummer that he is today. And it is very, very crazy to see how far this band had come along, and I think it's really, really terrific sounding early thrash metal stuff. Like the title track, End of Process, songs like Wasted Importance, Artist of Illusions, just some very intriguing music being done here by this band, and I'm very, very impressed with this overall packaging, the way everything sounds. And if you are a fan of Inquisition, this is definitely something that should be mandatory for your collection. Even if you're not into the early days of Inquisition, I really think you should give this release a shot. It's something awesome to listen to. So anyway, here's the front cover. This is, of course, the Anxious Death logo artwork. Very, very awesome. Back cover, Forever Under. Very awesome imagery here. It's a gatefold. There you have credits, information, the way it used to look. There you see the Nuclear War Now logo right there. Comes with a poster / liner notes. There you have a poster for the artwork for Anxious Death, which I think is really badass. And here on the opposite side you have some more classic band photos, liner notes, additional stuff scanned for this release, which I think is a really nice touch. I got the Die Hard version, which also came with a really big sticker, black and white version of the Anxious Death artwork, and an Anxious Death patch. Very nicely done here. And since it's a double LP and I got the Die Hard, I got this very nice colored vinyl, and it's on this very nice marbled dark red, almost burgundy-esque sort of color. I'm getting those burgundy vibes with this vinyl here. Very, very good quality. Yeah, great job done here by Nuclear War Now with this this release. So I'm very happy to have Anxious Death Forever Under on vinyl. And if you, like I said, if you're an Inquisition fan, this is definitely something to add to your collection. So yeah, Anxious Death Forever Under, Inquisition. And I got a big one for this last one. This last record I'm going to show you here. When I found out that this was getting put out again through Hell's Headbangers, I wasn't sure at first because, for one, I had originally had this record and I had showed it to you on here, but considering how it was going to be presented and how it was going to look, I could not say no, and I could not pass on something as beautiful as this. And this is absolutely gorgeous. This is Profanatica with The Enemy of Virtue. Yeah. Hell's Headbangers release, and if you're not familiar with The Enemy of Virtue, it is pretty much a compilation of this band's, mostly this band's body of work from their early days, their early demos, the pre-Profanatica stuff. Very, very awesome work here, and I'm really not going to say too much than what I've already said about this compilation previously. It's presented in the format that it's supposed to be presented in. I believe for this this reissue they had Joel Grind from Toxic Holocaust do a little bit of a remastering job. And I think that he did a fine job here with this release. All the songs sound as good as they're supposed to sound. Everything feels genuinely Profanatica-like. I mean, all the classics are on here. Weeping in Heaven, Final Hour of Christ, Spilling Holy Blood, Once Removed Savior, Spilling Black Cum and Vomit, Broken Jew. Unbelievable body of work that Profanatica has put out over the years. But anywho, If you've missed out on the versions of the Enemy of Virtue in the past, I would definitely say get this version, whether it be the 2 CD or the 2 LP, but let me show you this as best as I possibly can. So anyway, here's the front cover. Very wild artwork, hung Jesus going on here, gold foil embossment on here, book-like spine, since this is like a book presentation. Back cover, more gold foil, more different artwork. I'm going to open this book up right here so you can see the additional artwork pieces going on here. And this folds out like a book. You have some new interview stuff with Paul Ledney on here. Answer some very intriguing questions. Very good job done here. And of course you have these pages, very glossy pages, but the demo artwork's not glossy. Very intriguing stuff. More classic demo and EP pictures that are very familiar. If you're very familiar with what the Profanatica releases look like, you're going to see them all in their untinged glory here. Very, very awesome. And the LPs are, I got the colored vinyl variant, and it's a very nice one. It's on a very cool yellowish, translucent yellow with brown and red sort of splatters. Very good quality on this. Everything sounds awesome. Yeah, there you see side B here. This is of course record number 1 that I took out, so, and it slides back in just like this. It already comes with the polyline sleeve, so you have something to protect it. But yeah, absolutely badass to see this Profanatica compilation get the proper reworkings, to have it something nice like this. So yeah, The Enemy of Virtue by Profanatica. Go check this one out if you haven't had a chance to check it out already. And with that said, I'm going to conclude this video. I'm going to leave you some links to some of the bands that I talked to you about here. If you happen to have heard or own any of these releases, definitely let me know what you think about it, how you feel about them, and we can go from there. Have a great rest of your weekend. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. Until the next time, Army Hope out.